New stealth philosophy of Assassin's Creed Shadows detailed, ditches the eagle companion. Naoe is our smallest assassin to date, says Simon. And she uses that to her advantage. She can squeeze through tiny wall cracks, and she can hide inside small storage spaces and boxes in order to get the drop on her enemies. Through Shadow's progression system, it's important you focus on developing your stealth skills and abilities. Enemies will have levels based on their archetype and region, so if you neglect Assassin Hidden Blade upgrades, you may find that stronger enemies can completely deny your assassination attempts. When approaching a target, a white assassination prompt indicates an instant kill, yellow means you will deal some damage, and red signals that the enemy will completely deny your attempt. When it comes to assassinations, progress and context work in hand, says Simon. Invest in perks that increase your assassination damage and test things around. A strong enemy may survive a frontal assassination but may die from a sneaky air assassination. As a part of the game's new stealth philosophy, Ubisoft is dropping the use of series' staple Eagle Companion altogether. Instead, both Naoe and Yasuke will now have the observe ability to quickly gather important details about their surroundings. Naoe will have an upgraded version of this that takes back the name Eagle Vision, but instead of the view from above like in previous games, she can see through walls for enemies and mark them for later opportunities. We know that players are always looking for efficiency in their stealth runs, and this is why we are bringing back double assassinations in Assassin's Creed Shadows. By equipping the Tonto as one of your main weapons and unlocking the dedicated skill, you can eliminate two enemies standing next to each other at once with your hidden blade, whether on the ground or from the air. As previously announced, and evident by the game's name, shadows play a big role in stealth for the first time in the series. Naoe is a perfectly capable shinobi in broad daylight, says Associate Game Director Simon, but the cover of darkness gives her remarkable edge over her enemies, especially on higher difficulty settings. While undetected, you can briefly grab and drag enemies in any direction to silently assassinate or take them down non-lethally. This grab mechanic removes some of the automation we've had in the series before. In Shadows, if you want to assassinate someone from a stalking bush, you have to manually grab them, pull them in, and only then can you dispatch them, says Simon. Ubisoft published a big deep dive blog post on its website kicking off what it says will be a series of posts over the next few weeks, with details about different aspects of Shadows. To start, this first blog focuses on stealth, and unsurprisingly focuses on the character Naoe, one of the main protagonists in Shadows and the stealthier of the two characters. Associate Game Director on Shadows Simon Lemacomtois says that the stealth gameplay in Shadows has been ambitiously overhauled in a few key areas, and that the studio's approach to stealth this time around is a new stealth philosophy. These big changes seem to boil down to actually being able to use the darkness, and the fact that there won't be an eagle flying around allowing you to scout out a whole area. Naoe can still use the classic see-through walls ability, Eagle Vision, but it's only available to her. Both Yasuke and Naoe will have access to a new observe mechanic, however, which seemingly lets them mark enemies they can see in their line of sight. Regarding being able to use the darkness, that's because Shadows is the first Assassin's Creed game where being in total darkness will conceal the player. Sticking to the shadows, not just some tall grass, can make you invisible to enemies.